Well, hello there, everyone. I'm Kaijus and I'm Dino here. Welcome to a random video. So, in this video, I'll be covering some very cool and obscure Kaijus, from like different like Godzilla movies and like comics and like other types of Kaiju stuff. So, yeah. So, the first one we have the Trilopods from Godzilla Rulers of Earth. Um, Godzilla Rulers of Earth is a very good, very cool comic series, and these like some alien dudes. I don't really know too much about these guys, but like what they can do is I think like absorb different Kaiju's DNA and like transform into like kind of like mimics of them basically. It's like when these guys absorb like Godzilla's DNA, they look like Godzilla. So yeah, these are some pretty cool characters. And then probably one of my favorite Kaijus, on this in this video, this is Shingira from the Godzilla comic Godzilla Rivals Round 3. In my opinion, Shingira is one of the most obscure Kaijus from the Godzilla series of like all time. This guy is so cool. He has like saws on his hands and tail. Because like look at this, But he was killed off very easily by Space Godzilla. And then this guy's also from a comic. This is Megiddo from Godzilla Rulers of Earth. This is like the queen, like gigantic trilopod from like the climax of the series. This dude is massive. I mean, possibly even bigger than Godzilla Earth maybe or something. But I mean, I think so. I don't know, but maybe. But this dude is so cool and is absolutely massive. And then this kaiju here that I'm about to show is also from a comic. Many obscure kaijus are from comics and stuff. So this is Yugoth from the Kong Skull Island anime comic series that takes place after the anime. So this guy I only kind of recently found out about. This guy's like a giant mushroom, whatever, kind of. I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to call him, but he is very cool, yeah. Then even more kaijus from comics. We have these who are also from MonsterVerse comics. We have Amulek from the comic Godzilla Dominion. And now this guy, I think started off as a head or something, but he has telekinesis, so he's able to build his body from trees and things surrounding him. Also from the same comic, we have Nakika, which I don't really know too much about this guy, but I feel like he kind of reminds me of Mothra in a way, but this is a really cool obscure kaiju. So yeah. And now finally a kaiju that's not from a comic. We have the Skull Island Kraken from the Kong Skull Island anime. This guy's basically a really cool giant squid octopus looking thing. So, yeah. And then we have a really obscure and forgotten kaiju that is not from Godzilla and is instead from the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy. And this is Dagara from Rebirth of Mothra 2. I mean, this guy's kind of cool, I guess, but this guy's a water kind of kaiju thing that appeared in the second installment of the Rebirth of Mothra series. So yeah, he's pretty cool. And then we have I don't think this guy is too obscure, but we have Barugan from the second ever Gamera film, Gamera vs. Barugan. This guy is kind of cool, and I heard apparently on set, the one scene where Gamera brings down Barugan into the water or something. It was so hard to make Barugan the costume sink because they made it the suit light, so there wasn't so much weight on the suit actor, and it would not sink at all. So they ended up cutting off Barugan's head, and then it finally sank. But this guy is kind of a cool kaiju, and if Gamera Rebirth ever got to season 2, I feel like this guy definitely should appear. And then this is also a very obscure kaiju, probably one of the most obscure kaijus of all time. we have Dogora. And now I think the movie name for this guy appeared was because Dogora. But this dude is very cool. He's also very big and was able to like tear apart a whole bridge. So yeah. Then we have another very obscure kaiju. This is the giant condor from the movie Ebra, Horror of the Deep from 1966. It's a very cool giant bird-looking kaiju. And he is basically what he is, like a giant condor, and a condor is like a bird. So yeah. And then we have Salunga from Godzilla Singular Point. This guy is like basically like what I've heard is a better version of the monster Gabara, which we'll talk about in a second. But I think Gabara is very cool, But this guy is also very cool too. So yeah. And then we have Gabara from the 1969 Godzilla movie All Monsters Attack, which was very hated. But I actually think it's kind of a good movie. It's just because Gabara is from a dream and is like a toad monster doesn't mean that he's not cool. It's like this movie's decent, yeah. And also it also has like a pretty cool kaiju, that being Gabara. So yeah, everyone, thank you very much for watching this video. There are many other obscure kaijus out there that like I just don't really want to talk about because I'm not talking about every single obscure kaiju that ever exists. Because like yeah. So everyone, thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.